What is the notarization of documents? What is legalization of documents in Singapore? And what are the steps involved in notarization or legalization of documents in Singapore? So let's have a look on this. And the first thing to understand is basically why do we need to notarize, attest, or legalize the documents? So there are three types, those are possible here. One is a simple attestation. So sometimes you need to provide a true copy of something for some work. For example, you are applying for a university educational course and you have to give the copy of your certificate, and they won't accept only a copy. They need it to be certified to be a true copy. So in this kind of circumstances, a simple attestation can work. So simple attestation can be provided by any qualified person. In this case, there is no specific definition of qualified person. Anybody who is a reputable person can be considered qualified to attest this kind of documents. For example, in past, maybe a bank manager, doctor, lawyer, chartered accountant, they could attest these documents. So when they attest this document, they will write on the copy, certified true copy, put their legal stamp. For example, a chartered accountant will put his registration stamp and sign it. So it was up to the person who is receiving this document whether to accept these documents or not. The next level of document authentication is called notarization. So in notarization, a notary public, who is essentially a lawyer but also designated and allowed to act as a notary public, he will notarize the important documents. Documents are then sent to other person. Now this is normally used for more formal type of documents. For example, sale of property in a foreign country. So I am signing the document because I stay here in Singapore, but my property is somewhere else. And for selling that property, I need to sign the documents which must be notarized, or signing on important contracts, or maybe signing on company incorporation documents. Those I want to be done in front of notary. So notarization is more a formal process. It is certified to be correct, or the countersigning is done by a notary public who is a lawyer by profession but also authorized to act as a notary public. And the highest level of document authentication is called as legalization. So here again, notary public may be involved or may not be involved depending upon whether the document is signed and prepared contract or is it a government issued document. But documents often are legal in nature and it needs Ministry of Foreign Affairs as well as embassy seal. So let's have a look on notarization and legalization is more in detail, because I think simple attestation is very simple to understand and it should be clear to everybody, because our working life at some point of time we have done this attestation for somebody. So the process of notarization, let's understand what are the steps. So suppose you want to sign a document which is for a property transfer and you are not staying in the country in which the property is there. So you need to sign it in front of a notary. So you will visit notary and sign the document. At that point of time, you need to carry some document or some identity proof that it is you who is signing the document. So your passport or your identity card is required. Documents are then signed in front of a notary and they are also counter-stamped by notary public, and he will also sign on that saying that signed in my presence. And then all the documents will be typically bound, at least that is the process in Singapore, and will be given back to you. Then on the next day, you have to visit Singapore Law Academy for authentication of that document. So even if notary has signed and prepared the document, it needs to be authenticated and they will affix a sticker of authenticity on that document. With this, the process of notarization will get over. Then these documents can be sent to another country or to another person for the next action. Now here are the steps for legalization. Now legalization is the highest level and the most formal form of document authentication. So you will get the documents and get it notarized. So if it is a document to be signed agreement, then this is the process. If the document is issued by the government, for example, if ACRA or IRS has issued the document, then you don't need to get it notarized and you can skip first two steps. Second step is documents are then signed in front of notary and stamped by notary and given to you. So in the third step, you will visit Singapore Law Academy for authentication purpose, and they will affix the sticker of authenticity. Now these three steps are required if it is notarized. That means you are signing or it is a customized contract. As I said, if government issued document is there like certificate of incorporation issued by ACRA or income tax summary issued by IRS, then these steps are not required. You don't need to get involved with notary or with Singapore Law Academy. In that case, you will go directly to the next step. So next step will be you will get all these documents endorsed by MFA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And once MFA has endorsed it, the last step will be you will get these documents attested by embassy of the concerned country in which the documents are to be used. So if the documents are to be used in Malaysia, then you will have to get embassy of Malaysia to stamp on those documents. So as you can see, depending upon what kind of document it is, minimum 3 organizations are involved: the issuing authority, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and embassy of the country. So only when all the steps are done, the legalization process is over. So here I am going to show you the sample. The first sample that I am showing how a notarized document appear. So notarized documents will be signed and stamped by the notary, and then on top of that, notary will put this kind of notarial certificate, and that certificate also he will sign that it was signed in my presence and I confirm that. After that, they will tie this entire document. So on the left hand side you will see there is a hole, and through which they have put this red tape, and after that they will tie it, and then on that red tape they will put this notary public sticker, so that there is no tampering with this document. So actually I am showing here only the first page, but actually this can be a set of complete 10 pages or 20 pages. And here I am showing a government issued document. So a document issued by ACRA, Accounting and Corporate Regulatory Authority, which is first certified as true copy by ACRA itself. And then here you can see on the right hand side down below, it is certified again as true copy by Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So now this kind of copy can be taken to the relevant embassy, and an embassy can sign this. So which scenario or which cases each of this method can be used? So simple attestation is normally for simple documents, letters, and certifying true copies of educational certificates and so on. Notarization is normally for property sale, commercial contracts, bank account opening, agreement sale, then maybe company incorporation and so on. And legalization may be used where the documents are to be used in foreign country with government offices, court documents, evidence documents and so on. The cost for simple attestation will be roughly 20 Singapore dollar per page, 10 to 20. If there are many pages, the cost may come down per page. Notarization will typically cost 200 to 400 Singapore dollars per set, because notary certificate and authentication by Singapore Academy of Law is quite costly process, because there are 3 organizations involved in this. So cost typically will be 600 Singapore dollars plus per set or per page, depends. Some embassies charge exorbitant amount, whereas some embassies charge reasonable charges. So in summary, document authentication can be done at 3 different levels. Choose the one most appropriate for your purpose.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.